Welcome to Hollywood Deli. I'm your host, Blue. So listen, Sister Wives, episode 18. I just finished watching it. And I can say a, l- a lot has been revealed. But I want to talk about the key things in regards to Mary. Mary was very much taken advantage of, not just by Cody, but the family, period. They guilted her into believing that because she only had one child, she wasn't entitled to as much as the others. And it's not her fault that she only had one child, but they wanted her to equally contribute to the family fund. So I want to see if I can find the clip. I think I might have the clip where Jen and Mary talk about what she contributed and what she got out of it, because it was very, very shocking, the amount of financial abuse, in my opinion, that happened to Mary in this family. And so I'm hoping that I can find the clip. Also, y'all, TikTok is back on. Listen, I was so excited when TikTok came back on. We'll see how long this lasts, because I feel like they'll just pull it from us again. But let me see. So she's on the porch in this clip with her friend Jen, and I'm not 100% because I didn't really get to listen to it, but I'm thinking this is the part of the clip that that scene that I'm thinking that I wanted y'all to hear. So hold on. Let me start this over. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get this popping. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. What this is all about? I think it might be this one. Hold on.
Nice warm day. Jen and I are always working, so I was just like, hey, let's just do best friend chit chat. How much do you love that we're just
Turn it
sitting
down
on the
some.
porch, on the front porch together? Hey, hey, that's her. Please let me go play park. I had gone to the shelter just to visit with the animals, the dogs, because all the dogs, and they all need to be pet and they need to have love. And I met Zona, and I fell hard. Like I saw it in her eyes when I first met her. She was just so scared. I met her and I needed her and she needed me and we are a perfect pair.
I can say that animals do help when you're going through like a breakup. Like I went through a major breakup like Mary. It wasn't a marriage, but it was close to a marriage. And I have purchased a dog and it really did help. So she's right when she says she needed that dog.
So there is still a lot going on or that needs to still be done with our property out at Coyote Pass. Jen is my best friend, so she's the person that I talk to about it. I'm actually really upset with how it's all going or not going. I don't like the fact that I feel like I've had to take the steps that I've taken. I'm just frustrated that this whole thing has taken so long. I have been divorced from Cody for well over a year, and nothing had really ever been talked about too much as far as the property. So, I sent an email to Cody and Robin and Janelle just saying, hey, I think it's time we need to start this conversation. Barry and I don't know what's going on, so of course we're frustrated. We're completely in the dark. There's no communication, nothing.
This is their fault. Like this is 100% their fault. They gave this man complete control over their money and their futures. And it was ridiculous the amount of control he had. Like at one point, Christine and is it David? Yeah, it's David. They purchased a home in Moab. So they purchased a second home. And she talked about how controlling Cody was and how he would like beat them down verbally, so much so that that eventually they just gave in. He had so much control. He wouldn't even allow her to write her own checks. Like he was just so controlling. And these women, they are to blame for this. But Christine was a smart one. In the episode, she talks about how when she left, she said, "Look, I'm going to sign over my rights to Coyote Pass. I'm going to keep this house. I don't want to be tied to him financially. Dealing with him with money is horrible." And she Christine really was the smart one of the group. Like Mary and Janelle are just so dumb. I hate to say those derogatory things, but they're so dumb and they just allow this man to just run game on them and it's crazy.
You wouldn't have had to take the steps that you were taking if you weren't being treated like you didn't contribute equally. And then
Right.
you ask questions to be just told, just brushed off, completely brushed off. I'll let you know when this involves you. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, that really bothered me.
That dude had a lot of nerve. He told Mary when she asked about the property that she invested in, her money, she put her money into. Oh, I'll let you know when this involves you. What? Y'all boosted up this bum so badly and gassed him up to think and allow this scammer to finagle your money to the point where y'all just blindly gave him money for this land and then he made sure to put his name on all the properties and pretty much Robin's name on all the properties because she's married to him. Y'all just let them run game on y'all. Like it really like honestly watching this whole thing it infuriates you because you're like, how could you be so gullible? Like it was right in your face. He was playing in y'all faces.
Me. I was leaving Cody, and there was no way I wanted to be tied to him in any way, shape, or
Tell
form.
it, girl.
Not like to deal with him at all on anything, and especially on finances. No, thank you. We're splitting it. I'm going to keep the money for the house. I'm going to give you all my rights to Coyote Pass. You know, I was done. I don't want to deal with him anymore. So,
I know that's right.
you that I sent to you? Yeah. I mean, we're all set to go with him. Okay. It's just a matter of,
Pull the trigger, Mary.
I guess, pulling the trigger on. I hate it, John. I freaking hate it. So, remember before I left Liza and Janelle had come over to have that conversation with me? I came because we have this property. I'm going to suggest to you that you protect your interest in it as far as what you're entitled to, a quarter of it. I don't think that there's really any need for protection. Don't you think that we have each other's backs as far as that goes? No, I really don't. I just make sure that what you're getting is fair. She was probably very frustrated with me because I was very.
Girl, we was all frustrated with you. When she was trying to give you game on what's going on, she didn't even have to do that. She could have let you go in this thing blindly like you've been doing with giving your money with blinders on to these people. I don't understand that. Whatever. I can't believe at 50 something years old that y'all were so financially irresponsible. But whatever, I digress. But we were all frustrated with you, Mary. Like, come on. But you know, Mary's a slow loner.
Very, like, I had a wall with her. And it was just like I was protecting myself because I was like listening, but I wasn't sharing a lot.
But I understood why Mary had to wall up because Janelle was in cahoots with Cody when it came to this property, and she knew that Mary was only on an acre and a half and let that ride, and you were okay with it because you had more kids and you felt like she didn't deserve more. Like Mary, throughout this whole time with this whole family, these wives, this husband always told her that she didn't deserve as much because she only had one child, but wanted her to contribute equally though. And then when she didn't, was called greedy and selfish. And it's just like you polygamy is a lot of drama, and that's what Mary's trying to avoid. She doesn't want to deal with the drama. Like at some point in the episode, she says, "I don't want to deal with polygamy ever again. It's just so much drama," and she doesn't want to deal with this drama, and I don't blame her.
Yeah, so Janelle was kind of telling me at that point that she was going to be getting a lawyer. And I'm like, we don't need to do that. Cody's not going to do that to us. He's not going to.
Ah, girl, the friend's like, "What?
Such a good article. Like, I don't know legal stuff. I don't know. Like,
Is Mary smoking crack?
this jargon out.
Like, what's going on?"
But I can't tell if this is something that you're making up because it sounds good, something
Yeah, that's what he does.
to make it look better in your favor. Tell me what you want to do. If you want to keep all 14 acres, then buy me out.
Yeah, give her money back.
Go through these long periods of time, and it really makes you think, what's going on? It doesn't make you have a lot of trust that things are going to go fairly. The best thing you can do is what it takes to protect yourself.
Tell her, Jen.
If you're not protecting your heart, who is? You. Hell yeah, man. I got the matches. Like, I've got your back.
I know that's right.
I know. I don't know why
Did y'all hear what Jen said? She would burn this shit down over Mary. Tell it, Jen. That's a friend right there, okay? But you're leaning too much on your friend. You have to do something, Mary. You have to take care of yourself. Like Jen can't do everything. You gotta. But Jen's a good friend. Like she even put her in touch with a lawyer. Like she. It seems like Jen like manages Mary's life. It's kind of weird. Well, I guess Jen's her assistant, but I don't know. She says she's her BFF.
Like it should be anything but black and white. Don't mince words.
Tell it, Jen.
Always been so like, I'm gonna be gentle.
And look how that got you. What that got you?
Don't be gentle, be pokey.
Tell her, Jen.
I felt like I really wanted to just be careful to not like ruffle too many feathers. I want things to be okay in the family. I wanted things to be okay.
And here's what pissed me off about that comment, Mary. You don't want to ruffle feathers, but you've allowed these people to ruffle your feathers. Talk their kids talking bad about you. This man nonstop talking bad about you, but you don't want to ruffle feathers. But these people are ruffling yours. And I understand you want to be the bigger person, you want to take the high road, but f all that.
I'm not the kind of person who will sit back forever and just be walked all over. I'm not going to be pushed.
The lie she done told you been walked all over. Honey, they dragged you by your edges. Like this is crazy the way she's been financially exploited. I'm not sure. I'm thinking that this clip because I didn't realize it was this long. Will eventually get to what I wanted y'all to hear.
There's some unclear communication that it almost feels like everyone's playing their own game.
Right, Jen.
Maybe don't fully trust what anyone says. However, in this instance right now, it really does feel like the only one who has given you information that has been useful and helpful has been Janelle.
Talk that shit, Jen. Talk it, Jen. Janelle ain't have to help her.
Real estate agent out here on Coyote Pass because it's just got to the point where the family's not going to live here. I'm positive Janelle's not going to move out here. I finally told Robin that I really can't stand the idea of living here, or at least at this point. Robin, I think, was the last to give up on the train. But she's finally consented.
Him and those damn curls pissed me off.
Positive that Mary and Janelle want to sell. Justin, how are you? Morning, morning. I'm well. How are you? Dude, check out my view. I was staring at it the whole way. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
He meeting with a realtor.
Take a walk around, walk the property a little bit, because he's going to be, well, most likely he'll be the salesman.
Cody called me off one of my listings that I had that he wanted to see, and it's kind of just kind of walking like this, coming in the doors, hair's all frizzy, and ton of energy, man.
And this right here, this is one of my favorite spots. Like we imagine we might build a place here,
Right.
but what's ended up happening is we had a big family, and we went through a big divorce, and that big divorce is just now.
The fact he's laughing at is disgusting.
Get out of the property. I guess my main question would be: is looking at it? Is it? I mean, we got a bunch of junk. Okay. Questions. Obviously, I would have to move some of my equipment.
As far as equipment, like what, trailer?
Yeah, well, this trailer was hauling water for. Okay. I have an ex who was here living out of an RV. That's not good for a marriage, so don't ever try that.
Thank you.
And especially if you've got dogs in the RV.
Listen, that was shots at Janelle. The way he was looking like, he was appalled. There's no way he stayed with Janelle over there with them dogs. And now that I think about what he's saying, like Janelle, what the fuck were you thinking? A RV with dogs in Savannah? Come on, sis. She did not think this shit through.
But the other equipment is just like businesses that I just had to mothball that were unsuccessful. This property and talking to Justin about selling, it's all such a mixed bag of emotion. I'm in this moment, I'm sitting there going, no, keep one lot, sell the rest. No, sell the whole thing and get out of here. So I've got 4 partners in it. 2 of them are exes. Yeah. Okay. I can't. I hate saying this, but it's not the most civil of relationships anymore.
Why are you telling this man all this business? Like, why does he need to know this? He's a realtor. All he needs to do is just look at the property, see how much property it is, and then put it on the market and do his job. Why are you treating this man as if he's your therapist? Like, he don't want to hear all this shit.
To the public. And then it comes back to me. I was like, I'm not talking to her ever again.
Right.
It's back and forth. And I'm just as guilty as them. But they're just as
Oh, he finally took some accountability that he shit talks them and they talk it on they talk shit on him back, and but he's like they're just as guilty. Like if you kept your mouth shut, they wouldn't even say nothing bad about him. But he's talking so much crap about them. They're like they're done with it. They're done letting him walk all over them.
So what I will do is when you get an offer and you present it to me, I'll email them and I'll say, I've got this realtor, we've got an offer. It's a matter of just getting their permission because they're partners. So I'm just sitting here going through this, like trying to decide what do I want to do. Janelle suggested I buy her out. I'm like, well, how? I don't have that kind of money.
Yes, you do. You just put $400,000 in the property and put the property in the trust. Like, what are you talking about? Yes, you do.
I don't know the answer well enough to be able to move on it, but I got these two axes going. I want this. I want this. What are we doing? What are we doing? And I'm like, I don't know. So they're nagging me, which is great because I just got two ex-wives from total nags. Now nagging still.
I guess the thing is,
They're nags because they want what they're rightfully owed. Cody, get a life. You just the problem is he's been so used to walking all over these women their entire relationships that because they're finally standing up for themselves, they're nags to him. The man is just a mess. Just a
since
mess.
he had decided he was already out of the relationship, and since he never lied to me anyway, I think any communication at all would be considered an act.
What do we have total?
Gotta let Mary.
14.10. We got what, four parcels total? Four parcels, 5.5 acre, and then we're standing on a 4 acre, and then there's
All right, I don't care about all this shit. He's rehashing things with the land. So the part that I wanted y'all to hear was that Mary has been so financially taken advantage of, and I wish I had the clip, but I don't. So there was a family fund. Janelle, allegedly Robin and Cody contributed to, Mary contributed to, and Christine. The family fund was supposed to be for paying houses, paying for kids' cars, paying for kids' colleges. We since learned in this episode that Mary did not benefit at all from this fund, but continued like a dummy, contributing to the fund. And so Mary's child was her schooling was paid by Mary. Mary paid for her college, and also the mortgage on her house was paid for by her. And they love to bring up the wet bar and how she wanted it. And I feel like now that we know that she was paying for it, why not? Why she should get what she wants? So she got to pay for it anyway. And the thing was so upsetting was that Mary was told that the funds from the family fund that she contributed to equally, she could not get an equal amount from it because she only had one child, and this was told to her by him and probably the other wives as well. And so I see why she has her guard up. I see why she doesn't trust the other wives. You know, it just Mary got screwed by this family, and then for them because she did do wrong. She did some kids. I'm just trying to not say the word. And I know that was kind of weird, but she did do some things to kids and allegedly. And so she probably beat herself up about it and she thought I'm thinking that she thought if I contribute to this fund, this will, make amends, and if I don't cause any problems, it'll smooth everything over. And that was far from the truth. It, these kids are talking trash on her. He's talking trash on her. The other sister wives talk trash. And I just feel like Mary, please finally stick up for yourself in some type of way, whether it's monetized, whether it's via a book. But I'm glad she got the friend Jen because Jen, they even talked about Mary's dating life, and Jen is me. I tell my friends all the time when they are fussy, 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 you need to get some, lady. And Jen, that's what Jen said. Mary need to get some. So I'm hoping that she does finally find love. But I'm not gonna go deep diving all into the whole episode. You guys can do that. But I really wanted to focus on Mary. And I think that's what I'll do is moving forward is like I'll find me a sister wife that I really want to focus on, and that's the one that I'm gonna really like, hone into because I really, really, really feel bad for Mary because Mary was very much taken advantage of by this family. Anyway, make sure you like, subscribe, make sure you leave 5-star rating, and y'all have a good night.